it is the month of May. And the calendar month of May is the universal month, and that vibrates to a 14-5, symbolized by temperance. So, today is symbolized by the moon. It's a universal 18-9 vibration. So, things might feel slow today, but you know what? It's Sunday, it's May 4th, and May 4th, oh my goodness, it's Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. So, some of us today might be repenting at leisure. That's the energy for today. Respect for tradition and elders is also highlighted and supported, and the energy also supports completing tasks that you don't necessarily want to do. It can be a low energy day for some people. It can be hard to relate to others. The thing about the moon is things are in flux, and it's almost like everybody's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Sometimes, and this is supported by all of these things acting in tandem with each other. So when I talk about the individual energy, I'm talking about all of these number of influences transiting in the background, affecting this one here. And so there could be pessimistic thinking. There's going to be a concern for the truth being supported on Sunday. New understandings of things. So it's not really a super extroverted out there kind of energy. That doesn't mean you can't leave the house. Absolutely leave the house if you need to. But it's a day of turning inwards and taking care of things that need to be taken care of. Things you may not necessarily want to do. And it is on a Sunday. So why not? What else are you going to do? Monday vibrates to a 19. And that is symbolized by the sun. So Monday, in continuing with what was going on Sunday, remember this number in accordance with all of these. So there could be, it is definitely supported, a lack of sustained energy and motivation on Monday, even though it is the sun, even though it is a 19. 19, don't forget, is what we call a challenge number or a karmic number. So it does have a pronounced shadow side. And we're going to see it because the transits support that. It supports that part of 19 coming out. It could be hard to focus on Monday. There could be issues with being assertive. There could be issues with authority. If you're upset about something, the energy supports turning that inward on yourself and beating yourself up a little bit. I would suggest not to do that. The flip side for this, you need to, in order to really succeed on Monday, you're going to need to really strongly identify with the things you're doing. If you don't identify with the things you're doing, if you can't see a need for them or feel a need for them, you're not going to do them, or you're not going to do them well, or you're going to rush through them. It is very much an expressive day because it is, of course, ruled by 19 and the sun. And you could be expressing a lot of frustrations. People around you could be expressing a lot of frustrations. There is a lot of communication that happens on Monday, and the way you live, the way you want to live, or the direction your life is taking, that could be tested or questioned on Monday. And that could even be you doing the testing or the questioning. But that's going to set a tone for the week. What happens on Sunday and Monday sets a tone for the rest of the week. And we all become rather thoughtful this week. So Tuesday vibrates to a 20, which is symbolized by judgment. Now, Tuesday's energy supports turning points and rapidly changing situations. So if you took care of things on Sunday and Monday, and you did the things you didn't want to do, by Tuesday, you will have started to create a shift for yourself. Things that require concentration are going to be difficult on Tuesday. Again, that's going to be a theme throughout the week. Things that require focus. It's going to be kind of a scattered feeling this week. There's a need for independence and freedom on Tuesday. You might feel caged. And that, again, remember, this is universal. This will be collective. We all might feel caged. We all might want to break free from things. And that can create its own frustrations. And you'll see that if you listen, you'll see that as a theme for the week. It's going to be a crunchy week. Let's just say that. Unpredictable reactions are supported. There's issues with people or situations coming back, and almost like with judgment, if you look at the picture on that card, with being reborn. And I have to stop my phone. I forgot to put it on silent before I started doing this. And I don't know if that little ding is being picked up by the speaker, but I can hear it. It's driving me insane. So anyway, feeling caged, unpredictable reactions. Okay, people might not do what you think they're going to do, say what you think they're going to say. You might not do what you think you're going to do. You might be turning left instead of right. But yeah, things might come back. Things might feel raw. Okay, there could be breakthroughs too, though. That's the thing about the 20 energy. There could be breakthroughs out of all of this. If you're feeling, itchy and bitchy, that's usually a point where things are going to change. I wish change and turning points came with feeling, light and airy and like a butterfly, but that's that's not how it is. Well, it is kind of like a butterfly, itchy and bitchy, because you're coming out of your cocoon. Now, other things that could be going on in the background, abrupt insights are supported on Tuesday. So as reactivity. And being emotionally reactive will definitely go a long way to influencing your thoughts on Tuesday, and that will carry through for the rest of the week. It's a good day to go within and to seek your answers from within. Sit quietly and listen to that little still small voice. Now, Wednesday vibrates to a 21. So that is symbolized by the world. And that brings some clarity. It brings a shift away from inner focus to outer directed things, from, ideas to reality. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It supports redefining boundaries and moving forward. And there's still impulse driving events, okay? And reactivity is still there, but it's a little better managed. Things feel lighter. They feel happier. You can, if you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're motivated. And collectively, we're starting to feel we start out the week kind of somber and we start to end the week much happier. So anyway, redefining boundaries and moving forward. And taking first real steps. There's a big burst of energy on Wednesday. Group efforts are favored that day. The other thing, too, is your understanding of things is going to be broadened. You're going to start to get into more big picture thinking on Wednesday, and you'll be able to see and connect the dots on things for the rest of the week, starting on Wednesday. So your ambitions might be aroused. And the thing, too, is a lot of things could be there's things that could be repaired on Wednesday during a 21 universal vibration. They won't be the same going forward, but they can be repaired. And that is physical things. That is relationships. Could be issues at work. Whatever it is that you decide needs fixing, if you choose to fix something on Wednesday, you can fix it. But going forward, it won't be exactly the same as it was before. It'll be okay, but it'll be different. Thursday is going to vibrate to a 22, which is symbolized by the Fool. And so when we have a 22 day occurring within all of this, all of these transits, we have new beginnings that are very deeply felt. And it's going to set the tone. What happens today collectively is going to set the tone for the next few weeks. And what you experience on Thursday could possibly be a theme for the rest of the month. It's going to be a day of attracting things your way. So it supports manifestation. And sometimes using that word makes me cringe, but I know if I say it right away, everybody knows what I'm talking about. So if there's something that earlier this week you went from thought to reality, like, oh, I can do this thing, I can have this project, because earlier in the week that supported that, today is the day that can start to become a reality. Today is the day that you might be able to attract the people or the paperwork or the program or the thing that you need to do it. So familiarity and grounding are going to be important today. You'll need supports if you're navigating new things. We all will. We will all need the village on Thursday. It's also a day to take a brain break. Do some abstract things, make some art, go have fun, stop and smell the flowers, turn left instead of right. It's a day to really kind of get out of your head and get more into your body and move and do and go. Don't overthink things. Today is the day to proceed forward with, all the confidence of a little 4-year-old chef who is making a gourmet dinner in their Fisher-Price kitchen. It's also a day to do admin stuff. It's a day to kind of do background things instead of foreground things. So double check stuff before you send it out. On a day that's ruled by 22 and the Fool, that could be a day that you could also make some silly mistakes, things that might embarrass you a little bit. However, on a 22 day, remember, 4-year-old confidence. It's okay if you screw up. Whatever you screw up on today is not going to be a huge deal. It'll be embarrassing. That's about it. It can also be a day to confront fear and uncertainty. So if there is something that you can't get out of your head about, today is a day to confront that and just give her. Just do it, get her done. It's also a day that you might be faced with control issues, because when we have a 22 day, that's a master energy day. Now it is also interacting with master energy transit going on in the background, and that's the 11 triad. So that can bring up all kinds of rebelliousness and independence issues, and you're not the boss of me, especially on a 22 day, because 22 is the master builder. And when you're having things like that come up during an 11 triad, even if it's, the 11, even if it's not the only cycle, it doesn't matter. Things are going to become public. So you're not going to take a lot of stuff lying down when there's an 11 transit happening. You're going to open up your mouth and bring it up right away, especially on another master transit. So control issues, and you're not the boss of me. But all in all, Thursday's a good day. Now, Friday vibrates to a 23, which reduces to 5, and that is symbolized by the King of Wands. So this is a confident day, and we end off the week. We start off the week serious and somber and kind of going within ourselves, and we end off the week very confident and wanting to get out there and not be stuck in our heads and not be stuck rotting in our own pissed off little worlds like we are on Sunday and Monday. And we want to go out. We want to be amongst the people. It's a day where you might feel generous. People collectively are probably going to be a little brighter, a little happier, a little more enthusiastic, more willing to part with $1. Maybe you'll get more tips that day. I hope you do. If you're in a tipping job, I hope you get a lot of tips on Friday. I hope you get a lot of tips every day, but especially Friday. It's a day to be big-hearted and showy. It's a day that if you wanted to, kick up your heels and go party, throw a party. Your environment might feel on this day, collectively, we might feel that our environments are almost protected or even cleansed, like the energy is going to shift that much. And that's, the 23 interacting with all of these other things going on in the background. It's going to be a more heart-centered time. Your concern for others is going to be awakened. Like I said, we come out of our miserable little serious bubble at the beginning of the week, and we come back to reality, back to the people around us. We become more community-minded. We're not so interested in pesky details on Friday, which is why it's a good thing on Thursday if you take care of some of your admin things. So pay your bills, write up your schedule. If you run a website, go in and do your pesky updates. All those little things we don't want to think about, because on Friday, we're really not going to be concerned with them. Public speaking and taking charge of things is supported on Friday. Persuading others is supported as well. It's a good day for sales. It's also a good day for understanding the needs of those around us and tending to our flocks. And we all have a flock, whether it's an online flock or it's an in-person flock. We are all at some point and in some way engaged in the herd management of those around us. So today is a good day to tend to your people. And it's a great communication day. And ideas can be communicated clearly. It's lively interactions, lively and spirited. This could also mean that you might be challenged. Okay, if it's a lively day, people are going to talk back. So you're going to want to do a lot of talking. People are going to do a lot of responding. So you might be challenged. You might be confronted. Overall, though, it's a light day. Try to keep the vibe up. It's a day to be open-minded. It's a day to guard against becoming single-minded. So don't obsessively deep dive into one thing and go down rabbit holes today. Try to be open-minded. So if somebody does talk back, try to listen openly. Okay? Be the King of Wands. Listen to the people. Be inspired by the people. This king is inspired by the people. Okay? Don't try to force your views. Okay, when we've got a lot of like 11 going on here and 23 is a pretty strong energy, don't try to force your views, because that could happen. You are not the only voice in the room that day. Now, Saturday on the 10th vibrates to a 24, which is the Queen of Wands. So when the 24 vibration shows up with these things going on in the background, we see a good day for making new connections. It's another success day. We're continuing what was started on Friday. So it's a good success day. Psychic energy just flows. So your creativity flows. You just kind of know things. You don't know how you know it, but you do. And that's good. There's a desire to connect with others. There's a desire to entertain and to bring people with you. And it really supports community work and bringing people together. It's another day that throwing a party is supported. Anything, have a picnic, call up your best friend, call up your mom, go out for lunch. It's a day to bring people together. Public appearances are supported. Red carpet moments are favored. This is a day to be out there and be public. And because it's happening during, we've got this 11 triad running in the background, it's a good time to stick yourself out there and be seen. This is a good day for that. You may not be interested in taking things seriously on Saturday. You may be more interested in pleasure things, trips, visiting friends, inviting people over. You might be more interested in going out and gardening or shopping on that day. Those are all activities that are supported by the universal energy on Saturday. Also, accommodating others is supported. So if the opportunity comes up for you to do something for somebody else that helps them in some way, don't say no. It's definitely supported on Saturday. And the thing is, the things that you do towards the end of the week are going to carry through and set the tone for the next few weeks, starting with the Fool and 22 on Thursday. So this is your few days of manifesting and doing good things that come back to you. I mean, do it because you're a good person, but this is that time. Light and happy. Lots of energy. Feeling pretty good. Collectively, as the weekends, we're going to feel a lot better than we do starting out. And that's all I got right now, folks. So remember, as you move forward in life, let shit unfold and be excellent to each other.